Yo, buds, showing up early. Hell yeah. But leaving at normal time because I had time to do to take a shit and I had to take a shit and air up some tires. I'm waving at some guys. I'm waving at these motherfuckers. They all park up in the motherfucking way. I got places to be. Holy. Oh man, I ain't got no spitter. Fuck me. Here we go. I got one. Just drink this real quick. I'll do it on the air. I'm gonna drink on the air today. Usually I'll pause it and you guys don't even notice. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But I'll pause it and then I'll just chug it and then I'll take a couple breaths and to get ready back to record again. And then I'll hit record and I try to remember what I'm talking about. But not today. See, I'm gonna take a couple breaths. Sorry about all the fucking bodily noises over here. But I need a spitter. I don't need it to spit right now, but I'm gonna need it. Today should be an adventure. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. Why? Because of personal benefit. Personal benefit, I wanted to wake up extra fucking early. Today's payday. That means, and I worked a lot, so, oh, sorry. It should be a nice full paycheck with hundreds of dollars left over. And I plan on spending those hundreds of dollars. Well, not really. I need to go to the fucking junkyard today. So, and last night I got home, I was like, I'm gonna get a bag and fill it up with tools. Make sure I have all the right tools and everything for tomorrow. Also, I want to do some laundry because I don't have any clean pants at home. And I think every single pair of my work pants is dirty in my trunk right now. Not cool. There's the boss. He's coming into work. He's probably like, "What the fuck, dude? Leaving at your normal time still?" And I'm clocking in at 6:30, boys. I got here at 6:30 and I started working. Well, I mean, technically no. As soon as I got here, I went and I started filling up a coffee cup. After I already had a cup of coffee from home, I chugged it before I went in, and I grabbed another coffee, started that coffee, and then the rumbly tumbly started happening, and I had to go in there and do my business. And that's a weird thing about the carnivore diet. I was a shit everyday type of guy, and now that I'm on the carnivore deal, I don't shit a lot and not that often. It's weird. It's super fucking weird. I feel like something might be wrong, but I've been doing it for so long and I feel fine. I feel wonderful. Yeah, the ladies on the carnivore page are like, "Oh, it's your body. It's using all the nutrients." It's like, all right, well, I like shitting, and I like to shit every day, and I can sit on the pot, and all I'm gonna do is gonna fucking prolapse my anus if I sit there and push. So I have to wait until it's ready. Sorry, you guys don't want to hear about that, but yeah, it's a good time. Good time today. Got another cup of coffee here. The coffee at work tastes way better. I don't know what it is. It's just because it's like if your mom makes a sandwich or even a glass of water. Like, well, whenever you were a kid. I'm not talking about now. I'm fucking 33 years old now. I'm talking a long time ago. Like, if you go in the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich, it's not that good. But if your mom makes the sandwich, it's fucking delicious, boys. That's a delicious sandwich. Same goes with like her glass of water. Like if I fill up a cup with ice and water, there is that is there's no difference. There's not any different between my mom and me filling up a cup of water, but my mom's cup of water always looks way better. I don't know what it is. My mom is a freaking angel, and I love her. And her water tastes amazing. Not anymore. She got a fridge, and it has the water spigot on it, but the water don't come out very fast at all. And then her freezer, she they were thawed out their freezer a little bit, or it turned off. I don't know, and all the ice melted into a big cube, and then they turned it back on, and then they tried to use the ice maker, and the ice maker could not handle that big cube, and it just busted the fucking ice maker deal. It still makes ice, but they have to dump it into a bucket in the freezer, and I'm like, this is jank. I mean, I have a fridge. It's a Kenworth, Kenmore. Fuck, I don't know. It's a Kenmore fridge from fucking, I don't know, 2001. I have no idea actually, because we got it from my wife's grandma. She said, I got an extra fridge if you want it, and we took it home. And it was all completely thawed out. It was laid on its side, so I let it sit outside in the heat, open doors, and then when I went in there to disassemble the fridge and clean all the shelves and stuff, there was a fucking pizza stuck behind the ice box. It's so gross. I don't know how long it had been in there. There's a fucking whole pizza stuck in there. And anyways, I put a new water filter in that fridge and plugged it in, and we clean it every now and again, but that fridge is amazing. I don't know. It's just a perfect fridge. I do have hard water. Hard water is where it gets like all that scaly white shit everywhere. But, I don't mind it. It goes through the filter, and that's all I really care about. It goes through the filter. I would love to get one of those reverse osmosis filters for my kitchen sink. So, like, all the water that we use, or I don't know, maybe have it down before it goes into when the water comes out of the city. I don't know. I would love to have some sort of a water filtration system on my house, so all the water that we use, like even in showers, dishwashing, sink, brushing your teeth, even the water when you take a shit, I'd like it all to be not hard water, soft water. I don't know. Maybe I do want it to be hard water. I have no idea. But I know that there's a filtration system you can put on your water and make it way better. And the reverse osmosis filter removes a lot of the fluoride. And that's one thing I don't want. I don't want fluoride in my water. So I steal and drink a lot of these Crystal Geyser bottles that my work gets, because these have no fluoride in them. And they're from the bottled at the source. I'm reading it right now. Alpine spring water. I don't know. Why is it called Alpine when it's from the Wachacha Mountains? Wachacha. It starts with an O. Wachacha Mountains in Arkansas. Norman, Arkansas. And apparently, like, whenever you look up, like, high-quality water bottles, they all come in glass. And the Wachacha Mountains is where they're bottled. So whenever I found that out, because this has like a little picture and everything on it about where it's bottled in Norman, Arkansas, and I did some research and looked it up, and I'm like, I do weird things, okay? I can't drink a bottle of water without looking at it and looking up where it comes from and all that stuff. I'm severely red-pilled, y'all. So, anyways, I try to stuff my cooler full of them and then sneak them out, which I don't think anybody gives a fuck if I'm taking water home. Like, they probably wouldn't give a shit if I took a case or two home every week. They would not care. They wouldn't even notice because people go through waters all the time. Like yesterday, I ran the guzzler, and the guzzler was completely disgusting. They took it to some place where they suck. It's full of dust, and they had to wash out some stuff. So all this dust turns to mud, and it clumps up all over their boots and stuff. So then they get into the truck, it's all over the fucking place. The whole inside of the truck was tan, and the interior color is gray. The whole interior was covered in dust. They left the windows down. The outside of the truck was all fucking disgusting. The inside of the bed of, not the bed, but the barrel, the tank of the truck was fucking disgusting. Underneath was all bad. It was a horrible truck, and people don't take care of the gut. Out of all the trucks that we have, the guzzlers get it the worst. Well, I don't know. Liquidbacks probably get it just as bad, but not as bad as the guzzlers, I think. I don't know. But the Liquidbacks, yeah, people suck grease and acid and all kinds of shit, and then they drape the hoses over the back, and then the residual will drip out of the hoses because they're elevated whenever they're hung on their back rack. And then the ends of the hoses, nobody uses a fucking cap for anything. Or like the resin stuff that we do, or the tar. It just leaks out into the side boxes of those trucks, and you have to get a fucking scraper out and scrape those side boxes, because every time you lay a hose in there, even if it's a brand new clean hose, you drape it in that box, and the box has fucking slime in it, and then your brand new hose is covered in slime, and it's not a good look when you go to a customer and you're dragging these slimy hoses across the parking lot, and they're like, "Are you going to clean that up too?" It's like, that's actually not in the contract. I know I did it, but I'd have to call. No, never mind. I don't actually do that. If they ask me to clean anything, I do it. There was some guys that got fired a while back. I'm getting off track. Um, the guzzler. No shit. It looked like somebody got 2 scoops with a spade shovel of dust and dirt and rock and dumped it inside the cab and then stomped it all around. The floorboard of that truck was horrible. Even the keys, just the key ring, because it's got like this little holder for the fuel card. It was fucking disgusting. And I don't know. I'm thinking it's just like dust and stuff. It could be something way worse. I don't know. But I decided to take it over to the Blue Beacon. They got a cutie over there. I've seen her twice now. She's out there just washing trucks. Oh my gosh. She's in full uniform. She's not being, showing anything off at all. But you could just tell. You're like, that's a woman right there. But anyway, sorry to get creepy about that. Took it to the Blue Beacon and had it washed. And I used it earlier in the day, sucking out drains. They have these concrete drains. They look like the LA River at one of these chemical plants. And it's all clean stuff. It's a very clean facility, but gravel and dust and dirt from the parking lots and stuff go down into these drains. And then even one of them had somebody dumped a bunch of dirt in one of the drains that had grass growing. And I was like, are we mowing the grass in these drains? Or are we? It's like, no, there's not supposed to be grass in there. I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. It looked like it was a grass bottom drain. So I ended up sucking all that stuff out. Drag, destroy, rebuild. This guy's got a fucking Volkswagen. You're not drag race. Are you drag racing that? That looks like off of my video game. And I highly doubt that thing, maybe. Is it all-wheel drive? I don't know. Somebody's got a little Volkswagen Golf GTI. It says drag, race, rebuild, or something. I don't know. So, got the guzzler all cleaned up. They don't do a good job there. no matter how cute the girls are that wash your truck over there, they're not in bikinis and they don't do a good job. If they're in bikinis, they don't have to do a good job. But if they're not in bikinis, they should do a good job. They're just still okay looking, you know. Uh, so they didn't do a great job, and they don't let you lift your uplift or your, well, I say uplift because of Beam NG, but it's the bed. I have a hydraulic lift bed on that, and I can lift up the whole tank. It helps assist in dumping the material. And if you lift it up, you can clean the top of the frame and the bottom of the tank and all that good stuff. But they won't let you lift it because you're inside of their building, and they don't want you to hit their sprinkler heads and blah, 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 or whatever. Fuck ever, you fuckheads. You know, let me bring my dirty truck here just to leave with it still dirty, you know, all over the place. And yeah, they completely missed a whole spot. I don't know how they missed it, but yeah, you get on the highway and I start driving and just mud starts streaking across the whole passenger side of the truck. I get back to the shop and I'm like, look at this truck, it's all clean. They're like, there's mud all over the side of it. I'm like, what? And I go to the passenger side, I'm like, motherfuckers, mud. It looked cleaner before. So, I don't know. The rule of thumb when washing a truck is take it to the shop, wash it yourself, and then take it to Blue Beacon. Get all the hard spots taken care of, and then take it to Blue Beacon and let them do what they're gonna do. Because they'll put Rain-X and that brightener and all that other shit on there. It will clean it up, but there's just like little chunks of shit all like stuck to the fuel tank because everybody's feet drops all they scrape their feet off on the steps and stuff, and there's just clumps of mud and tar and shit that you can pick off with your finger, and they're just like, yeah, it won't come off. And I go over there, I'm like, it comes right off. They're like, well, yeah, we'll have to charge you extra for that. I'm like, I asked for the deluxe. Whenever I got in here, I said, money is no object. I want the best of the best. I want the underbody. I want the engine. I want the frame. I want the everything. And every time you go in there and you're like, yeah, can you hit this spot more? They're like, yeah, we'd have to charge you extra. It's like, what the fuck? You guys probably remember that from my last episode when I washed this current truck that I'm driving right now, which needs to go back and get cleaned up again because it's pretty fucking dirty. I had to take it down and dump fucking totes at the fucking face of the fucking hill. Bullshit. That was on Tuesday. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. I'm driving a Kenworth T880 with the dry van, 53 foot. I do have a pallet jack. All the fucking shit in the back is nicely organized now. Just driving up to Des Moines, Iowa. Gonna get loaded up with 18 totes of fucking liquid. Hey, these fucking people up here that load these totes up, they've been overloading these fucking totes. What do you mean by that? I mean, the heaviest one I had before was like 2,500 pounds. And most of them were right around 2,500, 24, 23. Some of them, you know, a couple might be like 1,000 pounds because they just need a little bit more to dump or whatever. But the majority of them are like 2,500 pounds. I had 3 of them that were 2,850. Those are heavy as fuck. You think, oh, well, 25 to 28. No, it's not that big of a difference. Well, I'll tell you, it is. Because when you're pulling these fucking totes and pushing them, and then they get stuck at the very end of the trailer, and you gotta pull them uphill and just to push them back downhill to get over the little bump and shit, it fucking sucks. And you can definitely tell a difference in the 2850s. Like, you know, I would always compare it to like the weight of my car. My car on an empty tank and me not in it with all the junk out of the trunk. You know, just my normal car would weigh, I don't even know what it would weigh. I don't think it's 3,000 pounds. I think it's like 2,500. So it's like I have to move 18 Chevy Cruzes with a pallet jack. It's fucking insane. But I had to move 3 of them with all my shit in a full tank and my fat ass sitting in it. You know, add all that weight in there. But anyways, I did it. Everything was fine. I got it done. I took the guzzler back to the shop and I swept out the interior and I actually vacuumed it out. So, just because there was a shop vac in the shop. I was surprised that that was there, and extension cords and everything. So I went ahead and unreeled that and vacuumed it out. Usually I just sweep it out onto the floor. The fucking shop floor is, nobody sweeps it anyways. It's always fucking disgusting. You will never notice if I sweep out all the dirt out of the truck onto the floor. Nobody will ever know. It's not the right thing to do, but what else am I gonna do with the dirt? Just sweep it into the corner of the cab. It does suck whenever you have a clean truck and then you sweep out the floorboard and then your stair steps get covered in dirt and you're like, yeah, fuck, and you're over there blowing it, like, blowing all the dirt off. You're like, oh man. But with the shop vac, it's kind of nice. Got it all cleaned out, and then the toolbox on the side that's got all the fittings. It's got like a safety tee, a 90, a couple of 45s, a bunch of clamps, a couple of gaskets, just all kinds of random, well, not random, just shit that goes to the guzzler in there. And I went ahead and stripped all because we use that flex hose and we tape it to all these fittings, and then it's easier just to cut the flex hose and then throw it in the toolbox. But then next time somebody wants to use it, they got to cut all this flex hose and tape off of these fittings, so just to make sure their fitment will be correct and good. So I decided to help them out and remove all that extra piping off those fittings, make it look nice. And then when I went to the dump and I offloaded all this, it was like gravel and mud and shit from the place, the company where I worked. I hosed out the back. There was a spot in the front that I didn't want to get up into that tank. Or I didn't want to get up in the tank and clean it, scrape it. So I just hosed it as much as I could and said, that's good. And then the side boxes where it's like dust collection. It's got their filter housing or whatever. And I hose that out. I try not to get water on the filters because that'll just clump up the shit. But I got the bottom of the housing and the tubes that go to the back. I got them rinsed out. Really nice. Like, that guzzler hasn't been in that good a shape in a long, long time. I didn't take the time to wipe down the interior. I just swept out the floor, but I got all the trash out. Oh, and this is what I was going after. When I cleaned up the guzzler, there were 18, I counted them, 18 bottles of water that had 1 or 2 drinks out of them. I'm not going to save those. I'm not drinking after somebody. So I threw away 18 damn near full bottles of water. I dumped them out first, of course, and because I don't want the guys that dump the trash in the shop to be like, damn, this is heavy as shit. Why don't you dump the water out before? I could just hear people bitching about doing trash. And then, so, I don't know, I get the blame. I get the blame for a lot of shit. And I fight it, but it's also kind of funny that I get blamed for everything. Hopefully it doesn't affect my job, performance or reviews or whatever. Like, you've been blamed for a lot of shit. But I've actually done nothing. I've been a good guy. I've been a really good guy. I just think it's funny that everybody blames me for all their fucking problems. Uh, so yeah, through all that, there was so much fucking trash in there and dirty old gloves that are all fucking, frozen in with the middle finger up or with the shocker. They're just so gross. And cleaned it up, coiled up the controller because we have a big controller to control the boom. Big arm that comes off the top of the truck, and it goes in and out, up and down, side to side. It's pretty nice. I like it. But yeah, there's a controller, and we got to keep those controllers safe. I did break one of those controllers once. I dropped it, or I didn't drop. I set it. I hooked it onto a bar, elevated, but then I was running around for something, and I caught the fucking cable with my foot, and it yanked the controller down, and it cracked the housing, and the fucking buttons quit working, and that was like right at the start of a job. An easy job at the pig factory, which I did not like going. But we had the guzzler arm, and I knocked it out and broke it, and then it quit, and I already had the guzzler arm extended out, and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get this guzzler arm back tucked away? Like, it'd be nice to use it, that would be really nice, but another thing is, how am I going to get this fucking thing home with the guzzler arm extended all the way out and all the way up, off to the side? Like, this is not good. I eventually did a little bit of Kletus wiring and I got it to work. And then we had to replace the controller, and those controllers are like, I don't know, $1,200 a piece. I don't know why. They're just fucking buttons with wire. Why are they so expensive? But, yep. What else? What else is going on? Yeah, I got some tools picked out. I just grabbed a little set of sockets. I grabbed a couple of vice grips, a couple of adjustable wrenches. I got a pocket knife with me. I grabbed a screwdriver, and on the end cap of the screwdriver, it's got the little holder for all the different bits. So I grabbed that, and some snips. So hopefully, with the tools that I got, I don't plan on taking anything big off. I just need to cut some wires and take the fuse box off. Now the problem is they close at 6, but they said on the website they close a half hour early, which, like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I got a boogie today. I ain't got time for nothing but getting up here, getting loaded. I brought lunch with me. Eat it while I'm getting loaded, and then hurry down there, get offloaded. That's why I woke up early as fuck. And then I went back to bed, and then I woke up, and I was still pretty early. So I was like, all right, this is good. But then I got to the shop, had to take a shit, and I had to air up 3 fucking tires on this truck. 3 tires were low. 1 tire I knew about. The other 2 tires, I don't know what the hell's going on with them. They were fine before. I checked my tire. I do check the tire pressure every now and again, but mainly I get loaded, and then you can see if they're squatting at all, and then if they're squatting, obviously you got a low tire. And I just use that method, and it works out pretty well up until today. Just decided to run through and check all the tires, and I'm like, fuck, I should have just left. And gone on my way, and I'd have had a fucking blowout. I really don't need a blowout. That would suck. Last night, let's see, I spent some time cleaning that truck out, and then I left. Things were going okay. Got I bought a couple cans of chew. There were some crackheads at the gas station where I buy my chew. There were some crackheads. I don't know if they were crackheads, but they look like they know a guy that does crack, and maybe they've done crack before. Maybe they bought crack before. I don't know if they've used it, but I think they bought it. I don't know. It's just one of them looks. And I hate to judge people, but just two strange people came out of the store right as a black woman with her child was going in the store, and the black woman had a puppy in the back seat, and she left her windows rolled down. And these crackheads were like reaching into her car, like this was all happening as I pulled up, and they were like reaching into the car, like touching the puppy, and the woman crackhead was like, "Jimmy, get your goddamn hands out of that car!" Blah blah blah. And as like people are walking into the store, the black lady's sitting there, and she can hear everybody, and she's like, "Can you hurry up and ring me up because there's people reaching into my car right now?" And the Indian people at my gas station were like, they were having technical issues with the cash register. I don't know, but she looked her daughter was like, "They're touching my puppy," and then the black one was like, "Can you hurry up?" I'm like, "Can I get 2 cans of Skull long cut straight?" And I walked up obviously after her, and I got my shit, rang it up, slid out the door. But then I sat in my car and I waited for them to come out, and they came out. But it was all good. Everybody was smiling. Everybody was fine. But I was like, damn. And no, if somebody's reaching into my car and touching my dog, don't do that. Wait till I'm there. Don't be reaching into my fucking open window. I always leave my windows closed. And I don't usually have my dogs with me, but I don't know. There's a lady at work that takes her dog with her out on all these, like, if she knows she's going on a trip or whatever, she'll bring her dog with her. My dogs aren't going to do well. They'll get underneath the brake pedal. I'll fucking die. The only dog I would be able to take would have been my, like, big dog, but he's gone. And I'd have to, create some sort of a platform, and he'd just be over there whining the whole time anyways. But I would love to have a truck dog. But yeah, one of my dogs will be under the brake pedal the entire time, and I'll fucking smash him to save my life. And my other dog will be on my lap, scratching the fuck out of my arm, trying to look out the window the entire time. So I don't have good truck dog. She apparently does fine with her dog. I think she's got some sort of setup in her truck that makes it better that she brings with her or whatever. And I don't know. I would love to have a truck dog. That would be so fucking cool. My dogs, I just had the in-between dogs, or the out-between dogs. They're too small or they're too big for a day cab. If I had a sleeper, I'd definitely have a dog if I had a sleeper with me. But her dog is like perfect sized. Too big to fit under the brake pedal. Sorry, I almost swallowed some fucking chew. I need to take a drink. Oh, man. Getting a fuse box tonight. If everything goes well, I will walk out of the junkyard with a fuse box from a 90s Chevy pickup truck. It doesn't have to be a pickup truck, but I don't know. It'd be nice for it to be a pickup truck. With about an inch or two of wire still attached. Now, the problem with that is when you go in there and you buy, I looked at the website, and if you buy a fuse panel, bare, it's $30. If you buy a fuse panel with harness, it says with a harness, it's $60. And I'm all about saving that fucking money. And now I'm wondering if I walk in there and I buy a fuse panel with 2 inch of line, 2 inch of wire still attached to the back end of it, and all the fuses in there, if they're going to charge me $60 fucking dollars for that. Now, $60 is still not a bad deal, but I'm thinking I might need to get 2 panels, because Chevy trucks, they got one with the relays and some fuses underneath the hood, and then they have another smaller fuse inside the truck. And I don't know if I need both of them. It's got like the wiper relay, starter relay, power window relay. All the relays and shit are up underneath the hood. And underneath the dash is the other one, and it's got like your blinker solenoid or blinker relay, your chime. I don't want a fucking chime. I mean, I guess it would be kind of cool to have like a little bit of, like a newer chime. Maybe I'll try to snag. I don't know. Those seem like they're kind of hard to find. Because I've had cars before where I'm trying to find it. And that would be kind of cool to have a chime. And I don't know how advanced these things are, but some of them will chime if you leave the headlights on. But I don't know where that technology is. If it's in the light switch, if it's in the chime button, I'm not sure. But it would be kind of cool to have it ding, 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 ding. I would just make it feel like a newer vehicle. I don't know. And I'm also really excited. I have not been to the junkyard in a while. So obviously the years go by and cars get older, and now when I go to the junkyard, I'm wondering what kind of cars are going to be there. Like, there would be some early 2000s and stuff. There'd be some like mid like 2005 and down, like 90s vehicles were out there everywhere. Everybody, there's all the 90s vehicles you could think of were out there. But now I'm wondering if I'm going to be running into some 2010 Chevy trucks sitting out there, because those things are rust buckets, dude. Those things rust out so fucking bad, and nobody liked those trucks. I don't like them. The 2008 Chevy pickup truck, they look fucking gross. I don't like the way they look. They rust out really bad. I've known several people that have had them, and the truck is like newer to me. Like, that's a new truck. And then the whole bed of it is just rusted out. The front fenders are rusted out. The fucking cab corners and the rocker panel. Well, there is no rocker panel on those trucks. There is a rocker panel, but the door covers it. So you open up the door and the fucking rocker panel is just falling the fuck apart. You're like, holy shit. What'd you do? And they're like, I don't fucking know. I wash my truck all the time. It just rusts out. They used cheap ass metal in 2008. The Obama years. The Obama Chevy Silverado fucking sucked. Now, the other ones do rust out. Like, my truck is fucking full of rust. But if my truck rusted out like the 2008 trucks rusted out, there would be nothing left of this fucking truck. This thing it's still got thick, nice steel on it. It's just been around for 35 years. 79 to fucking 2024. Yeah, 35 years. No. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Math. I'm mathing right now. 79 to 2000 is 21. Right? 79 to 2000. 10. 21 years plus 24 years, 45 years old. Am I fucking doing that right? This truck is 45 years old. I guess if you're born in 79, yeah, you'd be 45 years old this year. Holy shit! I thought it was 30 years old. No, it's fucking 40. I hope I'm mathing right, or else I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot. I have a calculator somewhere on my phone. I'm not gonna do it. I'm driving. Um, yeah, so I don't know, but so that's another thing is there's gonna be newer vehicles out there, I assume, but there's gonna be less of the older vehicles also, because these junkyards they do. I mean, they'll buy anything, but um, they're also looking at what people are coming in there for, and people are coming in there for their fucking Altima. They're coming in there for their, Chevy Equinox. That's going to be weird to see a shitload of Chevy Equinoxes out there. Which I do need. I need a grill for a Chevy Equinox because I hit a fucking owl. But yeah. I can tell the owl story real quick. Super quick. I hit an owl. The end. Just kidding. It was Thanksgiving night, 2019, right before COVID, right before things went wrong. And we're driving home from a family dinner at my in-laws, and we're just cruising down 435, 470, something like that. And we're coming underneath a bridge right there in Lee Summit. And out of fucking nowhere, an owl just leaps and dives from the bridge, underneath the bridge, straight into my fucking car. And I caught it with the fucking grill. And I saw that I couldn't tell. I thought I hit it, and I thought I saw it rolling down the highway. And I was like, that, and I didn't know it was an owl. I just thought it was a bird. I was like, damn, holy shit. And the kids are in the back sleeping. And I'm like, that was weird. And my wife's like, what happened? I was like, a fucking bird just flew down off the bridge, and I fucking smacked it. And so I just keep driving, and I pull into my gas station where I buy all my chew, which is, I don't know, 15 miles, 20 miles away from where I hit the bird. And also, the car was already, heated up. It was, wintertime. The car was heated up already because we were already on the road for, 20 minutes. At highway speeds, 70, 75. And I hit this fucking owl. And I pull into my gas station because I was like, I was looking at the temperature, making sure I didn't bust out the radiator or whatever. But other than that, I was like, I'm just going to keep driving. I'm not pulling over on the side of the highway Thanksgiving night to get hit by a drunk driver. I'm just going to keep on going. And I get to my gas station and I pull in there and I park, and people are looking at my car. They're like, what the? And I get out, and I'm like, holy shit, I thought the owl was on the road. No, the owl was stuck into my grill. And the wing was spread wing across the front of my car. It looked like I put it there. And I was like, holy shit. And so I go inside the store. I was like, do you guys sell gloves or something? Because I have this fucking bird stuck to my fucking grill. I hit it on the highway. And the dude's like, yeah, over there in that aisle. So I go over there and I grab these gloves. And then I come back and the dude is like, holy shit, that's an owl. I'm like, oh, fuck, it is an owl. And he runs out, and there's a white dude working at the Indian store. And he runs out, and he's like, holy shit, I'll be right back. And he runs to his car, and he comes back, and he's got a blanket or whatever. And he pulls this owl out of my fucking grill, and it starts moving. I'm like, it's alive! And I'm like, Holy fucking shit. And these fucking road crews, dude. The road, the lane that I'm in right now is completely fucked. It's so bumpy. It's just bouncing me around. And the left lane was the smooth lane, the lane that you could actually drive in if you didn't want to be fucking rock your goddamn socks off. And guess what they're doing right now? They're putting the same patches they put on this side on that side. That side's going to be so fucking bad. They need to run a sanding machine or whatever over these fucking run a planer over these. Smooth out this fucking road, Jesus Christ. Now that lane's going to be bad too. Fucking bullshit. Can't believe it. Northern Missouri, what the fuck are you doing to I-35? What the fuck are you guys doing? Just make it fucking horrible. The next thing they're going to do after they're done doing the road, they're going to put in a sign that says, rough road. Like, no shit, it's rough. Smooth this shit out. Lay some fucking asphalt over this fucking motherfucker. Make it smooth. I hate these. There's got to, what year is it? We got to be able to do better road work than that. Anyways, so I hit the owl. The guy comes out with a blanket. He pulls it out and throws it on the ground. And it's got these big fucking talons. It stands up and it just like turns its head all the way around and looks at me. He's like, what the fuck did you do to me? I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, owl. And the dude's like, oh man, we got to call somebody. I'm like, okay, who do we call on Thanksgiving night around 11 p.m.? So I called the animal control, no answer. I called, they're closed. I called a couple other, like, animal rescues and stuff, no answer. Now, I'm sure there was something out there, but it was cold. I had my family with me. I just ate a fucking load of fucking food. I was ready to go home and go to sleep. So I didn't call around too much. I did call the non-emergency police line. I'm like, hey, police, I hit a fucking owl. Are these endangered? They're like, no. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yes. I'm like, okay, well, I hit an owl. It's still alive. It's looking around. It's all fucked up, though. I hit it at 75 with my car. They're like, okay, well, just throw it in the ditch. I'm like, throw it in the ditch. And so I told the guy that. He's like, is somebody coming? I'm like, no, nobody's fucking coming for this owl. Are you fucking dumb? He was dumb. But he had a big heart. He's like, well, if nobody's going to come save this fucking bird, I guess I'm going to do it. And he took it in the back of the store. And when we were leaving, I saw him. He walked it into the car wash. They have a car wash that I've never seen it work. It's just a storage shed for all their Pepsi and Coke trays or whatever they have. So he takes it into this car wash, and that's the last thing I knew. And I went inside and I bought my chew, and I left. 2 weeks go by. I run out of chew. And I walk inside the store, and the owner's there this time. Which means I like the owner. He's a really cool guy. I don't see him all that often. He's only there early in the mornings, I think. But he's there, and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He's like, not much. Have a good day. I'm like, okay. I wasn't doing a voice there. I'm like burping and hiccuping at the same time. He's like, hey, having a good day. What's up with you? How you doing? How's the kids? How's the truck? Because I had my truck up there, and I'd sit up there and talk to him about trucks. Yeah, why do I do that? Unsolicited advice and just information on trucks that nobody gives a fuck about. And I'm like, hey, man, I was in here 2 weeks ago, and I hit a fucking owl And one of your workers here took the owl. He's like, you are the guy with the owl? I was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, I hit the fucking owl, and I stopped here, and I didn't realize it was still stuck to the front of my car. And then one of your employees wanted to keep it. He's like, do you know my heritage? I was like, no, I forget what he said. It was like Pakistani or something. I don't know. Or India. I don't know. I have no idea. But he's like, so that night, that specific night, I had dreams of owls. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. He's like, yeah, I had vivid dreams of owls. And when I showed up to work the next day, I heard of the story of the owl, and that just set it completely straight. You know, it really renewed my faith in God. Like, oh shit, or Allah or whatever. I don't know. Everybody calls it God, I think. Uh, it's like in my heritage, if there's an owl, if there's a death of an owl, that means there's a death of your family member. I was like, oh. He's like, yeah. So I grabbed the owl and I threw it in the field back there. I'm like, aren't they like sacred? He's like, if it is still alive. If it dies on my property, somebody in my family will die. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, so I threw the owl in the field. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, owls are very sacred in my religion. I'm like, I don't throwing an injured owl into a field. That doesn't sound right. He's like, yeah, it is right, and that's what I did because I'll do anything to save my family. I'm like, okay, cool. Can I get 3 rolls of skull long cut straight? And paid him $100. Got my skull and got the fuck out of there. I was like, oh my god. All right, well now I know if don't bring roadkill to your fucking property. Ugh, I took a shit today. Now my stomach is like empty. I cannot wait to eat. Yesterday, I did a 24-hour fast yesterday. I didn't eat lunch. I ate dinner at like 10 o'clock the night before. Steak and cottage cheese. And then today, then last night, I didn't eat until last night around 9 o'clock. So a 23-hour fast. Whatever. Fuck off. I made half a pound of sausage mixed with a pound of beef, seasoned perfectly in the air fryer, and I made 4 big fucking patties. And I ate 2 of them last night for dinner, and I got 2 more sitting in my cooler with me today with a little bit of mayonnaise. And I cannot wait to eat these fucking things. I still got a ways to go. I got another couple hours. I'm so hungry. Hopefully I don't reach in there and start eating. And I found an apple that wasn't rotten. I don't know, something about the bag of apples that we got. They're Fiji apples, and they're all fucked up. Like they're not symmetrical. They're fucked up, and a lot of them were rotten. And I went through and picked out all the rotten ones, and I only had 2 left. And so I grabbed the one that looked nicer. I got an apple with me. I got mayonnaise, and I got burger, and I brought a protein shake. Even though I'm probably not supposed to have those, they're probably not helping me at all. But 40 grams of protein sounds good to me. I want it. So that's what I got for lunch today. Delicious burgers. So what happened, what I usually would do, I would season the shit out of them, and then I'd bake them in the air fryer. And then when I flip it, I would throw cheese on it. I did not throw any cheese on this, and sometimes I'd mix shredded cheese into the meat mixture, and so I'd have cheese on the inside of it, but it wasn't all melty and delicious like you'd think it was. It was just okay. Um, but this time, instead of putting cheese on top, I just grabbed more seasoning, and it's got some sugar in it. I know it does. It says it's got like 1 gram of sugar on the nutrition facts, but it's the second ingredient on the ingredient list. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. So, but anyways, I sprinkled a shitload more seasoning on the burgers when I flipped them. Instead of putting cheese on there, I just put more seasoning. And when I pulled them out, talk about glaze. Oh my gosh. And it was so fucking delicious. I can't wait to eat these. I cannot wait. They were so good. It was like candy. I mean, I don't. It doesn't taste like a bunch of sugar, but it's got that. It's got the look to it when you melt sugar, like creme brulee or whatever the fuck it's called. Pretty excited to eat today. Other than that, I'm trying to think. No video games lately. My son's been asking me to play Fortnite. I've been putting him off. I've not. I didn't even buy the Battle Pass this time around. Battle Pass gets you like all the rewards you get for winning and beating the game or whatever. Me and my son, we did get a first Battle Royale the other day, and that was the last time. We played a second time, and he's like, "We have the crowns." I'm like, "Yes, we do. Hell yeah!" And then he placed 50th, and I placed 49th. There's 50 people, so we got first on the first round, and then we got the absolute last on the last round. And it was because you fly in on the battle bus, and you got to jump out of the battle bus, and you got to coordinate with your son and be like, "Where are we landing?" And he's like, "In the snow." I'm like, "There's 2 spots with snow." So we ended up going to 2 different spots on the map, and we were way far away from each other. And then he landed and got shot down, and I had to run like 3 miles, and I ran 3 miles through the Fortnite map as soon as I landed. Well, maybe less than that, but I ran and jumped and swam to try to get to him so I could revive him or reload him or whatever with that van thing. I don't know, but I think I have to I have to go get the key from where he died, and then make it to a van, and then I can revive him. And as soon as I had no guns, no nothing. All I had was my battle axe or whatever. And I get to this castle that's on my path, and there's fucking people in there. And there's a guy, he's trying to shoot me, and I'm juking all of his shots. Like, I'm jumping around, and I'm just swinging my fucking battle axe. So he lands, and he pulls out his battle axe, and fucking knocks me. I was like, God damn! Because he was like, "Oh, this guy, he doesn't have a gun or anything. I'll pull out my battle axe and try to fight him fair." And then he immediately hit me, and I died. I was like, "Ah, fuck," because he got me a couple of times with the shots. So that was fucking dumb. But I was like, "All right, we're done," and I haven't played since then. And he's been asking me every day, but he's we're finding out more and more family members and people that we know that have Fortnite and play it often. So we add them as a friend, and then so I'm so excited whenever he gets on there. He's like, "Oh my gosh, this person's on! I want to play with them! I want to play with them!" And I get it. I grab the thing from him, and I get it all set up, and then he plays with them, and I don't have to play with him. Is that wrong? I don't know. He's so excited about Fortnite. He's very good at it most of the time. And I love that he's interested in it, but I don't want to play it. I really don't. I do. It is exciting whenever we win, or he gets excited about kills and stuff. But he also calls me a noob all the time. He's like, "You're doing noob stuff." I'm like, "Dude, shut up. What are you talking about? I'm a noob. You're the noob. You've only been alive for 5 years. You've only been playing this for less than a year. You're the noob." But he's got way he's gotten first place several times. And I also found out, I don't like him playing with random people on his team. I don't like him being able to talk to people and all that stuff, because they'll say shit that he's going to repeat in school, and then we got to answer for it. So, but I turned off all the communications, and but if you go onto like the teams, the duo, the triple, or the quadruple, whatever the fuck it's called, and with Phil on, and then it'll fill his team out with random people that want to play, and he's won with that several times, and he's like, "I got to play with Mysterio." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yes, the real Mysterio. I was playing with him." I don't know. You would think he would understand that more than one people can have the same outfit, but I don't think he grasped that very well. He's like, "There's that Mysterio guy," every time. He's like, "I played with Mysterio again today." I'm like, "It's not the same guy, though." He's like, "Yeah, it is. It's the same Mysterio." Like, it's not this. Thousands of people have that fucking skin, dude. He's like, "No, this was the same one. He did all the same stuff. He shot the gun and he killed a guy." I'm like, "Okay." You just gotta not battle him. He knows what he's talking about. So yeah, he owned me the other day because we were listening to a song. He's like, "I don't like this song." I was like, "Did you know that this song is on Fortnite?" He's like, and you can see his mind just getting twisted. Because if it's on Fortnite, it's a cool song. If it's not on Fortnite, it's not a cool song. So we're just driving around in the car listening to a song. And I was like, "This song's on Fortnite." He's like, "It's like the dial-up computer trying to compute." And then he's like, "No, it isn't." I'm like, "Yes, it is. I'll show you whenever we get home." He's like, "No, it's not on there." "I know it's not on there." I'm like, "It's on there, bud." Just because my wife and my daughter wanted to listen to the song, and he was just causing a ruckus. And no, he owned me. He didn't let that down for like 2 days. He's like, "Remember, that song isn't on there." I'm like, "Okay, I don't even remember what song it was." I was like, "I was just trying to tell you that so you'd be okay with listening to it." He's like, "I don't like that song. It's not on Fortnite." I'm like, "Okay." Fine. And then last night, right before bed, he runs up to me. I'd been home for hours. He's like, "Dad, I want to join the Cubby Scouts." I'm like, "The Cub Scouts?" He's like, "No, it's the Cubby Scouts." I'm like, "I think it's just called Cub Scouts." He's like, "No, it's Cubby Scouts." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, tomorrow at 9:30 we have to go to the lunchroom." I'm like, "At 9:30?" He's like, "Yes, at 9:30. Go down the hall and straight. Don't go anywhere else. Go straight to the lunchroom." I'm like, "Okay." So they talked to you about this at school? He's like, "Yeah, we'll go fishing and we'll go camping and I'll learn all kinds of cool stuff, and there's gonna be all my friends are gonna be there." I was like, "Okay, all right." You said tomorrow at 9:30, and my wife hears this. She's in the back bedroom trying to nap or whatever. I don't know. She comes out. She's like, "It's not 9:30. It's at 6:30, and it was today." And my son, he's like, "No, it's at 9:30 tomorrow." I'm like, and she shows me the flyer, and no, it was for yesterday at 6:30. And I was like, "I had no idea." She's like, "Well, I talked to you about it." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You talked to me about it." She's like, "We had this flyer for a couple of days now, and I was talking to you about it, and you said it was dumb. And I was like, I didn't say the Cub Scouts were dumb. My son's like, they're not dumb. They're cool. I'm like, okay, I know. I was in Cub Scouts. It was fun. It was cool. She's like, you are lying. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I was reading this off to you the other day, this whole flyer, and you said that's not right. I'm like, okay. It was like 90% of people that join Cub Scouts earn a bachelor's degree. Not 75% make over $300,000. Like, it was a bunch of statistics about the Cub Scouts about all this stuff. I was like, and I didn't say it was dumb. I said it. I don't think that's accurate. Just because you join Cub Scouts doesn't mean like that they're trying to sell you Cub Scouts. And if you know anything about the Scouts USA, they've been going through some shit the last few years with raping and fondling children, and now they're allowing girls in there, and it's never been that way, and it's been kind of a ride. The girl, I don't mind the girls being in there, but the scout leaders, yeah, that's not cool. Like, there's been a bunch of weird shit going on with that, and as long as you are an active parent and are with your kid the entire time they're at Scouts, and you don't just drop them off and say, good luck, see you later, we'll pick you up tomorrow at 5. Don't do that. Like, go to the Scouts with them, and I think you'll be all right. And I don't know. I went to Scouts. I never made it to Bear Scout or whatever the fuck it's called. There's a Cybertruck. Ugly! But they're cool. They're cool-ish. They're just, I don't like them. They need to do a lot more. They need to update the electric trucks in this country, I think. They could be good. They've got the platform. They've got the power. There needs to be something better. They're not reliable enough yet. I don't think they are. And the Cybertruck, the steer-by-wire is the one thing that I really don't like about it, And it's got motors that could technically malfunction and steer you into a fucking ditch. I don't know. And the crumple zones aren't good. Watch Whistling Diesels, destroy the Cybertruck. I mean, he does destroy it, but he's not being too. It's supposed to be a tank. That's what Elon said. He's like, wouldn't it be cool if a truck was a tank? It's got to be a tough, rugged truck. And yeah, you can shoot it. You can throw a bow and arrow at it. You can do all kinds of shit, and it'll leave a tiny little dent. That's pretty cool. But the trim that goes up around the window is just glued on. And not like glued on technically either. It just looks like some dude with a caulking gun just fucking laying it on there. Not good. Like that did not look good. That you can just peel a part of the trim off with your finger. Anyways, the Cub Scouts, yeah, that would be good. So I was like, okay, well, I'll look into it. And he went to bed, and then we started looking it up. It's going to cost like, I don't know, $150 a year, which isn't bad. But I have other ideas for $150. I'm a little selfish. I really want to get this truck done, dude. I really want to get this fucking truck done. But, I've always wanted to get him into, start off with karate, just to get him in there, learn the basics, and then work as he gets older and more mature, move him into jiu-jitsu or some mixed martial arts class, and they get belts. They have trainings. They do all kinds of really cool shit. And as long as you pick a good place with a good teacher, you know, I want him to be able to defend himself. I think he could do both. I want to give my boy confidence. He's already got confidence. I want him to keep that confidence because you know, as you get older and you start, you know, people find your flaws and they start picking on you. Because I wasn't necessarily bullied. I mean, I was bullied a little bit but it was mainly just friends fucking around, and I maybe took it the wrong way sometimes. But I was always in good spirits. I've always been a good spirited guy, but the confidence wasn't really there. Like if somebody wanted to, you know, really square up, I would always try to get out of it, which is the way you should do it. But I would get out of it because I didn't think I was able to, you know, take on anybody. You know, and you lose a little bit of pride every time you turn down, you know, a little challenge like that. So I just tried to be funny all the time. Uh, but you know, there's other times where I didn't back down, and I actually would get in there, but I didn't do well. So I'd love for my son to learn the discipline and the skill on how and when to use your skill and to walk around with confidence. And you know, with mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu, it's not about hurting other people. You can hurt other people, but it's mainly about defending yourself without harming them, making them look dumb as fuck. Like you throw a punch and he just, and then throws them in an arm bar, and it's like, you're stuck, dude. You're fucking stuck. Here's a rear naked choke, and I could fucking choke you out, or I could let you go whenever you apologize and tap, you know. And it's just like those guys that learn those skills are just so fucking cool, and most of them are super fucking nice. You know, don't get them drunk and poke the bear. Don't do that. But you know, just because you're not a street fighter, you're a trained assassin, and you're not going to, you know, but you're disciplined in it. And if you have a good teacher, they are going to instill that in you also, where it's like, yeah, don't go around and fucking punch everybody just because you can. You know how to fight. You know how to do what you need to do, but you're not going to use it on anybody unless you're in like a competition or whatever. So I'd love to get him started out in like a karate class just to get him kind of into the, you know, entry, and then work on jiu-jitsu. I guess I could start with the jiu-jitsu. It's kind of expensive, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to keep getting raises at this job. We're going to keep getting bonuses. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to be fine. And we should have plenty of money to do anything and everything that we want to do. We're not paying for daycare. We're not paying for any, like, we spent so much fucking money, and then I quit. I wasn't getting a lot of hours and with my fucking paycheck from my fucking vacation. I'm still recovering from the vacation, but after today, once we get paid today, we should be back on track with everything. And shouldn't be any problem getting him into scouts. Shouldn't be any problem getting him into other classes, getting my daughter into dance, getting me parts for my truck, getting my wife a new pair of shoes, you know, whatever we need to do, and getting the kids clothes, you know, that's coming up. That's a never-ending battle. Before you have kids, think about that. They're going to keep growing. These shoes, we just bought him these shoes, and now he like skipped a size. The hell is that all about? How do you skip a size of shoe? We bought him new shoes, the next size up, and we put them on, and they're like, okay, these fit just like the other ones. Well, the other ones don't even fit at all. You completely skipped a size of fucking shoe. You gotta keep buying all this shit all the time. That's why I grew up going to the Goodwill store. I was a family of 4 children. I wore Goodwill clothes all the time. I'd get like a nice couple of sets of clothes for the beginning of the school year and a new pair of shoes, but the rest of the shit was from Goodwill. And I was the older boy, so there were no hand-me-downs. No hand-me-downs for me, but my brothers, yeah, they were always wearing my old shit. I was like, I looked like that? That's what I looked like? What the fuck? I looked like that fucking dweeb? Talk about Kyle there. I love him. He's such a good guy. He's got a good heart. He is just not driven for anything, really. And it's kind of sad to see all that potential wasted. If he was driven in anything, that'd be nice. He wants to just load trucks with a forklift, which is fine. That's a good job, I guess. He likes it. He enjoys it. But he drives a forklift, goes home, and plays video games. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't go hang out with anybody. He doesn't have a cool car. Has nothing that he's like proud of, you know. But he's doing all right, and he seems to not be going fucking insane. Eventually, he will find a girl, maybe. I don't know. He says that he's had sex before, so that's a plus, I guess. But I'm working on my other brother, Kenny. Got him the job here, and he is doing good. He was just walking down, smiling, and he's had a rough go of it, you know, mainly after losing dad, because he was still pretty young, and then he latched on to mama. Well, he's always been a mama's boy, but he really latched on to mama. Mama had to hold his hand for every little fucking thing. He was a baby, though. He's always been the baby of the family. And, you know, he'd call me really upset. I'm like, I can get you a job. He's like, I don't want a job. I'm like, what? How are you going to make money? He's like, I don't want to make money. I want to live in a trailer down by the river. And I eventually talked him. I want him to live out what he wants. But let's be realistic here. Living in a trailer down by the river doesn't sound like something you should want. But that's what he wants. But I'm like, all right, well, let's just focus on everything else. And he came up the other day. You know, I feel like he's actually doing really good. He's seemed happy and healthy. I need to fucking shove steaks down his fucking throat, fatten that boy up. I don't want him to be fat. I want him to have the resources to build the muscle. Because he's so fucking tall. He's like 6'5", 92 pounds. He's a pencil. I need to bulk that boy up. He's like 24, something like that. Need to bulk him up, buddy. Because I swear, whenever they send me out to do another barrel run, picking up barrels, full to the top, and they send me with him, and I have to do all the fucking, he just runs the load dock, the load plate. I set 5 barrels on that load plate. It took all the strength and everything I got to get them up on that dock plate and fit right. And then he just holds the button and raises me up. And then I got to roll him to the trailer. And then I got to do it again. 85 fucking barrels. Holy shit, these are all fucking heavy as fuck. Can you please help in any way, shape, or form? No, because you'll break your arm. You ain't got the calcium in there. You ain't got the protein, the muscle, the strength. I don't know, but he's a runner. He doesn't know he's a runner, but he's a fucking runner, boys. He ran a 5K, and he went easy, and he came out on top. And my stepdad, he's sitting there. He's like, my stepdad is completely worn. I didn't go. This is all stories that I heard, but he's like, yeah, we ran the 5K, and I mean, he beat Kenny, but at the end, Kenny was like, that's fun. And my stepdad's like, how are you not sweating? He's like, I didn't run like super hard. He's like, you placed like 30th. How did? And you're not even sweating? He's like, yeah, I didn't want to run too hard. And he's got such a fucking stride on his ass. Like, he could fucking be an Olympic runner if he actually put in the effort for it. But he's just like, yeah, I'll do the 5K, whatever. He just goes out there and just blomp, 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 all the way the whole 5K. And then at the end, he's just like, yeah, that's fun. It's like, holy shit, what kind of endurance you got, boy? You got the endurance of fucking nobody I ever met. But now the heavy lifting, like, yeah, he'll get worn out. He can't be doing the heavy lifting all day long. But he can definitely run that light little body anywhere and everywhere he wants. Man, if I was, he's a 1/3 of me. Well, a little bit more than 1/3 of me. I don't weigh 300 pounds. I have not stepped on the scale in a while. I need to step on it, but I'm really looking forward to getting on that scale, and it's saying something like 260. If I got on there and it said 260, I'd be fucking excited. That's still heavy. It's still really fucking heavy. But a lot less than 290. Trooper. Trooper. He ain't doing nothing. Can we speed it up, buddy? I got a truck just beside me that I'd like to get out from beside. I'd like to hop in line. All right, we're going uphill now. I think I can sneak it in over here. This guy passed me already. I don't want to pass him again. He's holding a pretty decent speed. I don't want to pass him, then just for me to slow down 5 miles ahead because I'm talking, and then him pass me again. I don't know. It bothers me when people pass me multiple times. I don't want to be the guy passing other people multiple times. It's just I haven't been giving it all it's got the entire time. And we just went by a trooper. And obviously everybody fucking slows down to the exact speed limit going past the trooper. I don't think the trooper gives a fuck if I'm doing 74 or 70. That's not worth his time. He's out. Maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very happy with my brother, Kenny. I'm happy with both of them, but I'm really, the changes in Kenny has been drastic. He just walked up to me. He's all smiling and happy. He's like, "What you up to?" It's like, "Dang, dude, you look good. You look fucking good, dude." Because he used to get real irritated all the time. Like, people wouldn't. He used to be a loner, a real loner. And the other day, I was sitting at the shop, and they're like, "Did you see your brother?" I was like, "Whoa, what about my brother?" He's like, "Did you see the picture of him?" I'm like, "No." And I go and I look at the picture, and it's him riding a tiny little bike. He hates to be the center of attention. and he's over there riding a tiny little pink bike with training wheels on a picture. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm like, where is it? This is in a backyard. Somebody's backyard. He's like, oh yeah, I had a barbecue and I invited him. I was like, and he went? He's like, yeah, he came. We had a good time. He brought some beers and we had a good time. Yeah, everybody was riding around this bike, and but Kenny just looked the funniest because he's the tallest guy riding the tiny bike. And they took a picture of him, and they posted it up on the wall. And part of me in my mind, I was like, we got to take this thing down because if he sees this, he is gonna feel bad about it. And then he walked in. Come on, Subaru. Come on, Subaru. What are we doing here? How long does it take your fucking Subaru to get up to the speed? You're going to pass me anyway, so I let you get ahead of me. And now we're slow. We're going real slow. And now I'm having a Carvana. I am not letting Carvana pass me. Nah, Carvana ain't going to pass. I mean, maybe. So, but yeah, I was like, we need to get this thing taken down. And I was like, and then he walked in, and I like to test people a little bit. So I was like, "What's up with that picture, bro?" He's like, "What picture?" And I point to the wall, and he's like, "Hey, that's me." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, that was fun." I was like, "You went to that party?" He's like, "Yeah, we had a good time." I was like, "Why the fuck was I not invited to the party?" And then I was invited to the party. I just scrolled past. I was texting with the guy that was putting the party on, and then I ended up asking him other questions about other shit, and I totally forgot. Totally forgot about the party. Probably wouldn't have been able to go anyways, but yep. They're doing a lake day at my work tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Saturday. I keep thinking today's Friday. It's not. On Saturday, they're doing lake day. They rented a fuckload of pontoons. The company is not buying any alcohol, but they're buying a lot of food. So there's going to be food for everybody and non-alcoholic drinks. And they're going to have a good time. I guess they get pretty rowdy out there on the boat. One guy had his dick hanging out. Another chick, the one hot chick at our work, was there in a bikini, just bouncing around everywhere, and everybody was drunk as fuck. And they started playing bumper boats. I don't know. Uh, it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's nice to not be in like a super duper corporate environment all the time. Now, at our shop, every now and again, there are like some IT people and other administration type of people, and they show up because our branch is the biggest branch of them all, and we have the most people. So there's always somebody popping in there. You got to kind of just do a once over before you start laying out the dick jokes. Because everybody's cool with everything. Even our HR person that we have, she looks pissed off all the time, but every time you talk to her, she seems happy and fine. And she hasn't wrote up any reports on anybody, and if she hasn't done that, she ain't gonna, unless somebody gets real, real bad. But everybody's pretty respectful. But everybody understands there's humor, which is really cool. That you can still talk shit, and people are cool with it. But yeah, out on them out on all those team building exercises, is what they call it. They spend a lot of money on them, and they're usually a good time. And yeah, People are expected to drink and get drunk and do something funny. Subaru, I'm done. I'm done. You've made your stand on how fast you're gonna go. I'm done chasing your ass down. I'm passing. Yes. So yeah, Lake Day's coming up, but I didn't sign up for it. But the lady, she said, "Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll have room on a boat for you and your wife or whoever you want to bring. No kids. So bring them if you want to." And I was like, "Okay." So I texted the wife and asked her about it. I imagine I'd end up being one of the guys that stays back and works on Saturday while everybody else is out on the lake. It really sucks when that happens, but the I have a family reunion that day, same exact time. Family reunion, um, and if it was just me and my wife, I wouldn't fucking go. I mean, maybe, but I got kids, and it's my dad's side of the family, so it would be really cool to show up and see people that I don't see all that often. But a lot of people don't show up. There's a lot of drama over there. A lot of people don't like to show up because other people are going to be there, and it's not. It's always an okay time, but yeah, you know who's going to show up. It's going to be the fucking nerds. Not nerds, just I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. My aunts are going to be there, like some of my cousins, and I don't know. It's just like I used to know everybody, and it's like I don't really know anybody anymore because they quit doing the big Thanksgiving things, and Thanksgiving was always like the deal, but they quit doing that. So, and then more people have died, and just things have changed. Like there's parts of my family that I really love these people, and I really miss them, and they're not far away. But it's just like finding the time to go. And I really need to go over to my grandpa Bill's house, which is my grandma, my actual grandma, my wife's not my wife, my mom's mom, her ex-husband. But he's been grandpa the entire time. But my grandma's kind of lost her fucking marbles, so she's with a new guy. She's been engaged to him twice now, and then they finally decided to get married. I don't know. She has a problem with men apparently, and so she found the softest guy she could find. And he's cool. His name's Dick, and that's what he goes by. He wants to go by Dick, and I don't know. There's some weird thing about it. He's got a camper van. He's a super nice guy. He's always trying to get me and my wife to hang out with his kids, which is just normal talk, but it's just I don't know. With a name like that, makes you're like I don't know about all that. And I met his kids, and they seem nice. They seem okay, I guess. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 6th. Sulfuric acid haul on Monday. What am I doing tomorrow? St. Joe Mike thing. I don't know what that's even about. That's tomorrow. I'm doing the St. Joe stuff. And then sulfuric acid. I don't even know. The way these fucking messages come in, they're fucking weird. I'm going to have an interesting week next week, I think. But there should be no work at all on Saturday. That's what made me think about going to the lake day, because they scheduled the lake day, and then they specifically told all of the project managers and salesmen and everybody, nobody in Kansas City is going to be working on Saturday at all. And we're going to still have an ER crew that's on call, but only and only if a call comes in will anybody be going out to do any work during the time of the lake day. Which, there's one guy, he's a dweeb, but he's really cool. I like him a lot. And he last time he went on the lake day, I've never been on the lake day, but they kept talking. They were like, yeah, Josh freaking showed up, and he was just in his regular work attire. Nobody's ever seen this dude in anything but work attire. Like, he's been to the Christmas parties, and he's wearing the long sleeve, button up, regular work shirt, and with work pants on, with work boots. And then there's another guy, I've never even seen this dude without a hard hat on. He's always had a hard. I'm guessing if he goes out on a boat, he's going to be having a hard hat on. I'll tell you what, though, my hard hat is scratched to fuck because I drop it and take it off and all that shit all the time. His hard hat doesn't even have a scratch on it. It's always nice and clean. It's yellow. I think whenever I was talking about the hard hats the other day, I think I said they were orange. No, they're bright yellow. Bright yellow hard hat hierarchy. And then I just have a white one with my stickers on it. Company stickers for trainings and shit. But I don't know. I can get pretty creative with a Sharpie, or find some other cool stickers to put on there. Put on a Truckers another sticker, but I don't want to advertise what I'm doing here, especially to my work. There's a lot of people that ain't got nothing better to do than stick their nose in other people's shit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything wrong on here, that if anybody at work found out about it. I try to keep things pretty vague, slightly. I do a good job. I try to be a good worker. I like everybody, and I don't want the podcast to get found out about, and then for somebody to go through that ain't got nothing better to do than to try to find me sharing insider secrets or some shit. I don't fucking know. There's no insider secrets. I mean, I guess there are a couple of accounts that I know that make a lot of fucking money. Like, we make more money, like, I don't know, it's like an 80% profit margin on some of these jobs, and it's like if the company that we're working for, like, we always raise our prices and we try to lower our costs on everything, and we got this one company by the fucking balls apparently, and they actually don't give a fuck. But I'm sure if they found out that they're spending this much fucking money having us go out there and do a job, that they'd probably try to negotiate it down a little bit, and then we'd be less profitable, and we can't have that. But it's like, damn, we're making a fucking killing on this job. And then we have other jobs like the one I'm on right now, where they're like, Nope. If we do it, if we can't use the tanker, because I would love to bring a tanker up here and just pump these totes out. It would take about the same amount of time to have a hose and a stinger on the end of it and just suck these totes out, suck them dry, and then take the tanker down and then just dump the tanker. But the profit margin on this job is so little that that would put us in the red if we use the tanker versus the dry van. Even though it takes me way longer to it takes just as long to load them as it would a tanker, and it takes 5 times as long to dump it. Because I gotta wheel these fucking things out. But I don't know. It would be a lot less pay if I did it the other way. But it just makes more sense to use a tanker, because we've done that before, where I go out and we just suck out totes. But these people don't want to keep the totes, and it's like, these are brand new fucking totes. Like they're brand new totes. They still have all the fittings and all the shit on them, just taped up there, and valves and everything, and they have stickers all over the side of them that say, "We'll take them for free. Like, we'll come pick them up." Like, people like to reuse these totes, and it's just scrubber water, what's in these totes. It's just water, colored water, but just water. So they could be drained out, rinsed out, and then reused for other shit. But they want me to dump them in the pit and to be destroyed. So that's what we do. I posted a couple update pictures on the Facebook group. Go check it out if you want to, of the truck. I didn't realize, I thought I had posted those, but I guess I just sent those pictures over to other people, not the Facebook group. So, but you can kind of get a little bit of an idea of what the truck is going to look like a little bit. You can also see the floorboards all fucking stripped out. But yeah, the bezel is the main thing. You can see the bezel. You can see this 3-panel bezel that I've been fucking gnawing your ear off about. And I took it to work the other day, and I fucking pinched my fucking finger. I tried to use a clamping vice grip as pliers, and I fucking smashed my fucking finger in them. I don't know what the fuck I did. I did something bad. But I got the holes drilled. I need to drill. I need a router bit or my Dremel, pull my Dremel out and do some work on trying to get the rest of where the big gauges go in the diamond plate. I have a Sharpie line outline. I just need to get rid of that Sharpie line, and then the gauges should fit. So that's what I need to do next to get the gauges in there, and I can do that at any time. I just need to go over to my buddy's house and pick up a router bit, or just pull out my Dremel, which I'll probably just pull out the Dremel. It'd be just as easy to pull out the Dremel and do that. And the router, if I had the right router bit, it wouldn't be so bad, but it is kind of violent cutting metal with the routing table. And then hopefully today I end up with a fucking fuse box, and then I can work on getting the fuse box mounted, figure out where I want to do that. I'm going to need to hang a bracket and get this fuse box mounted up, buddies. And I don't know if I'm going to do 2 fuse boxes, because one of them has relays, one of them has the other, and I could mount them both in the same spot or next to each other or something. Or I could mount the one with the relays under the hood, but I really don't want, I want as the minimal amount of wire underneath the hood as possible. Now that I think about it, now I'm going to have to move. I'm not going to have to, but I'm gonna probably end up moving some of the headlights because I'm gonna, headlights are on the left and the right side, and I'm gonna run. I want to hide the wires. So, and right now they come in one loom on the left side, and then it runs over to the right side from the left side at the front where the lights are. It's just like it. But I wonder if, since I'm going to have the fuse box on this side and the light switch on the other side, if I just wire it up to where the wires will run incognito on both sides, both fenders. And then I won't have any wires going over the radiator or underneath the radiator. I guess I could run them along the firewall, but I don't want any wires running along the firewall either. I want to clean up the firewall, paint everything black, get some high gloss black and paint everything up. I don't know. Maybe I'll do silver. Or like silver or gray or whatever. But paint it up so you can, I don't know, you'll be able to see all the blemishes if I do that, and all the fucking rust holes and shit. So I'll probably just do black. Just make it clean and simple with black. The whole under the hood will be black. Even paint the bottom of the hood to make it look a little bit better. I'm debating on getting a new hood. I don't need a new hood right now. Eventually, that hood is going to need some work done to it, and I'm going to need to do something. I updated the description of the podcast, so go check out the description. It's the same old Facebook group, same old YouTube channel, but I added in my Spotify link. My link to my Spotify, where you can see all of my playlists that I've created. I'll try to update them a little bit more. Like if I listen to a podcast and I really do like it, and I feel like sharing it, this is a good one, maybe I'll add that to my podcast playlist, just so there's a lot of them that I listen to that I'm just like, I don't like this. It's by a guy that I like, but it's just like I don't even make it through the entire episode just because it's so boring or something I'm not interested in. And I don't know, been running into some of those with the old Joe Rogan. So I might try to just put in the ones that I really liked and ones with good information that I think about, put them in there so you guys will have something else to kind of listen to if you're interested. But the main thing I'm talking about is my playlist, my 79 Chevy Jams. Oh man, I've been adding so many songs to that. It's like there's a lockbox somewhere with all these fucking country gold iconic songs that I just, all of them, and some of them you don't know, but they're all fucking amazing. And just getting a hold of those fucking songs seems like you have to break into a lockbox to find them. They're not out there. You can search all the different playlists, and it's like all those playlists, I've been through them all. Not all of them, but I've been through a lot of them, and I could not find. I'm looking for those quirky country songs from the early 2000s, 90s, 2000s, just by people that aren't super duper popular, but they were amazing fucking songs that just fit what I'm trying to fucking listen to. And I could not find him. And the other day I was on Facebook and I was just like, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Because I sit there and I run through reels all the time. And there was this one guy, he had a mustache, tinted aviator sunglasses, a trucker hat that was always a different logo or different brand or whatever, with a tight fitting t-shirt. He was kind of chubby. And he had one that said Skull on the front of it. And in every video, it's like leaving the choke and puke to go hit on your mom or whatever. And it just plays a country song in the background. and they're all those country songs that I'm trying to think of. And it's him walking up to a truck. He's got those fucking bell bottoms, not bell bottoms, but he's just got like those 80s pants on with the rattlesnake boots, just looking like the 70s. He just looks, I don't know, but everything about those videos I like. And they're always a different song, and it's always, just a small clip of the song, and I'm just like, I want to jam out to my truck with that song. And I hadn't found him in a while, so it took me a long fucking time, hours, scouring the internet to try to find out who the fuck this guy was. I haven't seen his videos in a long time. They used to be like every 15th video was his. His name is, what is it? Something Cowboy. What the fuck is it? Copenhagen? Not Copenhagen. Fuck, I forgot his name. But I know it now because I added a lot of songs from his playlist. Because I eventually found him, and I searched him on, I was watching all the videos on Facebook, and there's a bunch of new ones, and I'm like, why am I not getting these? And I don't know if I didn't follow him or what, but they used to just pop up automatically. Now it's like you got to follow him to get to him. But I was like, I wonder if he's got a Spotify playlist. So I just got on Spotify and typed his name in. And yes, he has 2 of them. I don't know if it's him exactly. I think that one of them is definitely him, and I got on that. And it's hundreds of songs. And a lot of them I do have already. But they're like slightly different versions or from different albums. So I add them in there anyways, just so I can have repeats of the same song sometimes. Because some of these I like to listen to. But man, I'm just daydreaming all day long the past couple of days. Because I'll listen to those songs. Like yesterday, that's what I did. I turned on that music and I just listened to that the rest of the day. No podcasts or anything yesterday. I don't know, the podcasts have been pretty fucking lame lately. But there's one from Joe Rogan that just came out yesterday that I'm looking to listen to. Brett Weinstein, I don't know. He's a smart ass guy. And I'm always interested in what he's got to say. He's pretty interesting. Anyways, I added a lot of songs to the playlist. I went through all of them, listened to a little clip of them, scroll forward to see what the song is, if it sounds like okay. And it's like I don't want to ruin the song. I want to just find it randomly whenever I'm listening to my playlist. And I just want to finish this fucking truck. I want to finish the truck. I want to get a sub, put it in the back. I want to have the sound. I want the sound to be fucking amazing. I want to roll around in a trucker hat with my aviators and a fucking beard, spitting skull, fucking just driving around my fucking square body, just cranking up the country tunes, the Kentucky Headhunters. I want to listen to Keith Whitley driving down the road. I want it so loud I can't hear the exhaust, but I want the exhaust to be really fucking loud too. My hearing is still fine though. My hearing is okay. My hearing is so good. I pass with flying colors every year. I got to do the hearing test, and I pass with flying colors every fucking time. Every time. I can hear the quietest fucking beep. The quietest fucking beep. I can hear it. And for some reason, I have to have music super fucking loud to hear it. In my Chevy Cruze, I'm sorry, Chevy Cruze, you're not loud enough. My wife's Chevy Equinox, loud enough. That's fine. But the Chevy Cruze, I could put an aftermarket radio. It's going to fuck everything up. The display isn't going to be right. The fucking radio is a weird shape. It's not going to look good. if I put a aftermarket radio in there. I don't know what I have to do to make that louder. But if I can make that louder, I might fix the AC. I don't like that car. The music isn't loud enough. The engine's all fucked up. The tires are bald. I like that it's a 6-speed manual, but it also fucking sucks in traffic. Roast in the clutch. But if that had a good sound system in it, I would definitely be on the lookout for better wheels, better tires. I would probably chop off the exhaust to make it a little bit of a fucking meh. Right now you can't hear anything. It's got fucking 3 mufflers on it. It's so quiet. Can't even, like, sometimes it'll die at a stoplight. And I won't even know until the stoplight's green. I gotta fucking start that bitch up. The engine is fucked. It's not fucked, but the engine's definitely got some issues. And, you know, if it had a good sound system, maybe I would work on it. But it doesn't have a good sound system, so I don't want to work on it. I would rather just put my focus on the truck. And I'm hoping that really cheap-ass piece of shit radio that I put in there, it's $25 off Amazon. Brand new Bluetooth radio that looks kind of old school. $25, and it's very small. I'm hoping that radio will be okay. If not, I will get another head unit and put it in there. I'll put in a newer style head unit that's better, maybe like a Kenwood or a Sony or I don't know. There's a shitload of different Alpine. There's a shitload of different brands, and they're all pretty good. But they're too fucking. I feel like I'm at the disco. They got a bunch of different colors and shit going on, and like, it's like, can we get something better? I could get one that's got like the backup camera on there, which would be kind of cool. But I don't know. I have my thoughts for something like that eventually down the line. I want to get a dash cam with a little display. I could put the display down in the dash and the camera up there, so the camera's kind of incognito, and then but the display for the camera is right there, and then maybe that same camera display I can hit a button and it'll show me or whenever I put it in reverse, it'll be the reverse camera, or I could just click it on every time I reverse, and it'll be the reverse camera. But my reverse camera, it would be cool to have 2. One hidden up in the rear dome or rear cargo light, so you can get a better view of exactly what's going on. Because some of those backup cameras, they're too low and pointed down. You can't really see very well. So I'd have one up top, but then if you want to, be able to hook up a trailer easily, you got to have one mounted in the tailgate or along the license plate or whatever. But those look pretty dumb. I'd rather just drill a hole in my tailgate and JB weld it in there, and then call it good. But I don't know. That's down the line. Right now, got to get this fucking thing wired up. Once it's wired up, I got to get a windshield, and then it's ready. It's ready. Got to get the switches. Got to get the fuse box. Got to get it wired up. Once it's done, and I'm going to start driving it. I'm going to get it licensed, tagged, drive it. Drive it to work. Way more often than my wife would like. But as long as I can make money, I'll be alright. And then I'm not too worried about it right now, but I will need an oil change. The oil's in good shape. And I'm going to fix up some of this other stuff too. It's just not on my radar exactly right now, but oil change throughout everything. All the hubs, both axles, the transmission. I'd like to put a new filter in that, but it shifts. It drives and it shifts now. It doesn't show any signs of giving up, so I'm not too worried about that, but once the truck is up and going for a while, I'll work on the transmission. And but I could get a turbo 350 transmission, or even I could get a 5-speed. I mean, I want to put this um, this fucking automatic shifter in there because it's an automatic right now. It's an automatic, but once I get it up and going, if the transmission goes out, I can go get a transmission at the junkyard, or I can find a 5-speed, 4-speed transmission from anywhere really, as long as the tail shafts might measure up right. But it shouldn't be that hard to find the right transmission for a 4-wheel drive long bed square body, because everything matches up. Everything can be adapted to work. And the drive shaft length, I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing goes crazy with that. But yeah, I mean, if the transmission goes out, the transmission goes out. That sucks. It does suck. But I would love for it to be a 5-speed. I don't know. Part of me might like it to be an automatic because it's easier to drive in traffic. And you can still shift through all the gears at the 3-speed. It starts at 1, bump it up to 2, bump it up to drive. But if I'm able to get the shifter and do what I'm thinking about doing, I'm going to label it 1, 2, 3, neutral, reverse, park. I'm not even going to have a drive. It's just going to be, you don't have to. You can start off and put it in third and it'll shift for you. But not having it, well, I would have to adapt a clutch in there, but shouldn't be too hard to adapt a clutch. It's just a fucking clutch mounted to the fucking firewall and have the reservoir on the other side. It'll be brand new clutch, fully bled, ready to go. And just mount it up. It shouldn't be a problem to do a 5-speed swap. Especially with the trans tunnel that comes off. I can cut the trans tunnel to whatever I want it to be. And I looked at the like patch panels and stuff. I don't think they sell that patch panel as the transmission cover. I don't think I saw that in there in the LMC book. I'm sure somebody sells it, but that transmission tunnel cover, most of the new patch panels is just they just cover it up. It's not a piece. You'd have to cut it out yourself and keep the transmission covered. And my transmission cover's in good shape. It probably needs a little bit, like I need to drill out where that screw is and then put in a new bolt in and stuff, but it's mainly the floor pan that's bad right there. But yeah, I don't think doing a 5-speed swap on this 79 is going to be a horrible thing. It would be really cool for it to be a 4-speed, but I don't know. I think I might actually fall in love with a floor shift 3-speed automatic. Just less shit to do with the clutch and all that shit. But standard transmissions will always have a soft spot in my heart. But I am kind of excited to have something where if you're in traffic, you just gotta let off the brake and then hit the brake. And let off the brake and hit the brake. Let off the brake, hit the brake. You don't have to fucking clutch and fucking neutral and all that. Fucking sit there forever. Fuck. Fucking hate traffic in the 6-speed car. Fucking sucks. And it's not like my clutch pedal is hard to push or anything. Now, our Peterbilt that we have at the shop, whenever you're stuck in traffic with that motherfucker hauling a frac tank, that fucking sucks because the clutch pedal's so fucking high. You have to help your leg up to get onto that damn clutch. We're getting close, people. This is episode 195, if I'm not mistaken. I did have to go through and relabel all of the last 10 episodes because I fucking doubled it up. and I had to go change all the numbers to all the episodes. So I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I had to go through and do that because I had two 185s or whatever it was, and then I labeled them properly after that. But I had to, you can't just change the one; you got to change them all. I could have just changed the one to 185 and a half just to make it simple on me. Yeah, I'll tell you, if there was 40 episodes, I would have done that. I would have just labeled one 185 and a half. Been like, I fucked up. I'm not going back to change it. Sorry about you. But we're getting close to episode 200. If you want the free t-shirt, let me know. Facebook, go to it. Comment. Send me a DM. Something. And I'll get you a free t-shirt sent to you in the mail. 100% free. All I need is an address and a size. And we'll get those sent out to you. Keep all 18 down. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.